Hi everyone, welcome to this yin practice focusing on the element of water. So this is the second practice within our mini series, and today we are focusing on the water element, which is all to do with feeling. Water type people tend to be very all about the emotions. So water is related to our second chakra, which also relates to the color orange, and it also relates to our sexual pleasure and creativity. So today we're going to be working into the kidneys and the urinary bladder because these are the energy channels for our water yin practice. So today we're going to start in a butterfly and we're going to get straight into it. So as usual with yin, if you want to have your props to hand, if you want to get a blanket, get cozy, pop on socks if you want. So for our butterfly, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Sitting up tall, allow the knees to drop to the sides, and then as you exhale, allow yourself to fold forwards. So you can allow rounding of the spine. The target area is the inner thigh. So for some of us, we might want a prop, some pillows, blocks or things to rest onto here, so you can feel nice and supported, or you can just allow yourself to fold forwards and give yourself time to settle in here. Closing off the eyes. Settling into stillness. Letting go of that urge or need to fidget. And just know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. As you inhale, send your breath down to the base of the spine, visualizing that color orange. And as you exhale, soften. Release through the jaw. Letting go of any need to analyze. And just allow yourself to feel through this practice. Allow your body to feel. Almost let the mind just become a witness to this practice. The thinking mind can take a little step off the mat. So you might find that you're getting a little deeper into the shape. You might need to adjust. Okay, let's take one more breath here. And let it go. Slowly come on up. You can keep your eyes closed. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest. Drop the head down onto the knees and just allow yourself to release from that pose. Notice how it feels to release from that pose. Maybe there's a whoosh of energy through those energy channels. And then we're going to move on to our next pose. So our next pose is Sphinx pose. We're going to come down onto our tummy. So if you need to pop a blanket underneath your hip bones, if you've got kind of pointy hip bones. Now for some of us, we are here, elbows right underneath the shoulders, and we're on the forearms. Really relax your feet, really relax your bum. And you might find with time, or if you're naturally quite flexy in the spine, you maybe shift into a seal, so maybe the arms straighten. Now just be mindful here, if you come up and your bum begins to clench, we've just gone too far, or we need to come down, possibly try taking the legs wider, and that might be an option for you. So maybe starting on the forearms, and we'll see how we go. Close the eyes. So we're getting a light compression through the kidney area here. An organ that is related to the water element. And you can either drop your head back or drop your head forward. It's totally up to you. And if you would like to, you can maybe come up a little bit higher and make it more intense, but not for everyone. If you find you adjust and you go too far, do not be afraid to just come back down. It's okay. It's not unnecessary movement at all. It's necessary movement. So even though in yin we don't want to move too much, if you're in a place where you can't relax and it's too stressful, adjust. So working into that fascia, that connective tissue around the lumbar spine, around the kidney area. Notice if habitually your body around that space wants to grip and tighten. Maybe it's trying to protect. But with each exhale, tell your nervous system that you're okay, you are safe. You are free to be exactly how you are. And you might find that gripping begins to loosen. Physically, mentally or energetically. Notice what thoughts maybe want to show up here. And see if you can just watch them, almost like they're leaves blowing on by. So not getting attached to anyone, not getting into conversation, just watching. You're doing so well. Take one more breath. Exhale, let's lower all the way down to our front. Rest the forehead down onto the hands or onto the mat. Notice. Watch. From here we're going to take a counter pose, a little rebound into child, so big toes together. Slowly making your way into a child's pose. Notice how that lower back area feels and around the kidneys. And then taking your time, bringing yourself to upright. Moving on to our next pose, which is half butterfly. So we're going to bring our left leg out in front. And then the sole of the right foot is going to come down that inner leg. So you can prop up with a pillow here if you want. You can pop a pillow under your bum if you wish. So just make sure that we're not in our yang, in our yang practice of like energizing the leg. See if we can keep it nice and soft. Take a breath in, turn towards the straightened leg. And then as you exhale, begin to fold. Now don't worry about rounding of the spine. Again, great place to have a prop. You can rest it here, blocks, or just let your head hang. Allowing that right knee to drop to the right. Feeling the opening through the lower back and around the kidneys. Making sure that straight leg stays as relaxed as possible. With each exhale, letting go of the external shape. You might find that your head begins to touch down onto the knee, or you might want to lose a prop at this point. Let's take one more breath. And let it go. Good. Slowly walking yourself back up. Straightening out that right leg. And let's go straight onto the left. So bringing the left sole of foot in. Just making sure that this straightened leg is nice and relaxed. Breathe in. And allow yourself to melt forwards. Checking in that the hands aren't reaching or gripping. Allow this time of yin to explore that internal world. Watching what emotions or memories have been stored in this wonderful body of yours. If any uncomfortable emotions or memories arise, breathe through it. Allow it. Release. Let's take one more breath on this side. And let it go. And then slowly coming all the way back up. Releasing that left leg out in front. Give it a little shake if you need. And then we're going to come onto our back for Shavasana. So use your props if you wish. Grab a blanket. And once again, let's bring our hands onto our lower belly towards that sacral chakra, that second chakra. Resting back into the earth. Resting back into the mat and visualizing a colour orange glowing from within you. So again, I'm going to leave you here with some affirmations. Feel free to take a Shavasana for as long as you need. I hope you enjoyed this water yin practice, and I'm going to leave you with some affirmations. I am comfortable and confident in my own body. I am creative. I am safe to express my sexuality. It is my right to be joyful and find pleasure. Thank you for joining me for this practice, and I will see you on the next one.